New POCO event. Get hyped. Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tag. Good to see you guys again. And in today's video, I want to talk about POCO, but not in the way you're thinking. Of course, on March 22nd, we're going to have this big POCO event where we will see revealed possibly a number of new devices under the POCO global banner. Following POCO over the years, from the original POCO F1 that I have right here, has been a very exciting experience. And there's no other brand, I feel, whose story has really kind of carried along with Frankie Tech, the channel, from its inception in the summer of 2018 until today. That's right, POCO. Frankie Tech was also born in the summer of 2018. And just looking back at this device, guys, thinking about what POCO as a brand, but also what POCO as a phone experience is all about. Well, this F1 was always about speed. And as the master of speed, at the time, this POCO F1 brought some incredible specs to the market. A Snapdragon 845 with the same size display as the one we saw on the Xiaomi Mi 8. And just great build quality, solid cameras, and great battery life for $300. This thing was a game changer. And I remember when this device came out thinking, we have the true flagship killer successor to what OnePlus was doing previously in this POCO F1. Now, of course, through the years, POCO evolved and we saw the growth of POCO India, and then POCO Global did go silent. We did not see any releases from this company for quite some time, until fast forward to 2020 when we finally saw the launch of the POCO X2 and of course the POCO F2 Pro, terrific devices in their own right, introducing new features like a 120Hz refresh rate and a fully bezel-less display with the pop-up camera. And then of course we saw the POCO X3 NFC at the end of last year, which I called the Master of Speed 2.0, and it brought a lot of the similar DNA of this POCO F1 with a completely redesigned and unique look alongside really good specs for the price. And all in all, guys, set the blueprint, I feel, for great mid-range devices moving into this year. Well, now with this new March 22nd event, we're going to see the next evolution of POCO. And what are my kind of 5 wishes or wish list items for POCO? Not specifically the specs of these phones, but what do I want them to focus on that was so good about this POCO F1 to continue that tradition of the master of speed. Number 1, keep it simple. And I think one of the things that made this POCO F1 so great was that it kept things simple. You know, we had this POCO launcher that included a very simple and easy to understand way to use your phone. And we also had a very simplified, very streamlined design, which I think POCO is now known for. And so I hope they keep it simple and keep the message on what made this phone so great: speed, speed, speed. Number 2, focus on being unique. Now, of course, we know, guys, that POCO does have connections to Xiaomi and Redmi. In fact, they were subsidiaries of Xiaomi only until recently. But what I do hope to see is a different type of design so that we can say this is a wholly branded and unique POCO device. So hopefully with 1 or 2 of the variants of these phones, we will see that unique POCO style design and a color and look that you can immediately identify as POCO. Number 3, and this is a big one, bring specs on these devices that no one imagined were possible at these price points. You know, POCO has always been about delivering a phone, like the case of this F1, with specs that your jaw drops when you hear the price point. And I think POCO can pull this off again with their upcoming releases at this March 22nd event. Now, I'm just as curious as you to see the price point of these upcoming devices, but I do think POCO has a chance to really disrupt the market once again, offering specs that for the price we never thought even a year ago were possible. Number 4, focus on the community. And POCO's had a great reputation over the years, listening to what their community and audience wants. Take, for example, the DRM info situation on this POCOphone F1 when it launched. If you guys remember, this device for a while was L3 security level for wideband CDM, which meant this phone was not HD Netflix capable. So many people raised their voices. POCO listened, and within a few months, we finally saw L1 security level on the POCO F1, and it has had it ever since. So I do think a continual focus on what the community wants, and these will be very important things to focus on for these upcoming releases. And number 5 on the list for me is be genuine. And what do I mean by be genuine? You know, there's so many companies now that are moving towards this idea of selling devices almost in an ad format. So every single piece of promotion you see about a device has to be completely buttoned up, has to be over commercialized. And one of the things I loved about this POCO F1 when it was released was that yes, you had the mantra master of speed, but then the device really spoke for itself. And there was just this raw, genuine feeling of the way that POCO was delivering this F1 to the market that felt so raw, uncut, and honest about what their device could do. And that is something that I really wish more companies focused on. Delivering the unvarnished truth about a device and standing next to their devices, knowing that they are incredible devices for the price. So instead of getting too commercial or too ad focused, you just deliver a great product and the people who are reviewing it giving their honest feedback on the device as a way to deliver your message that this is the device that's right for you. And in that case, a great device will speak for itself. So my final take to POCO and to every company really is stand by your device and know that if you've delivered the goods, you will get all the recognition and all the praise for a release that you deserve. You don't need to get too commercial. You don't need to get too ad or influency with your formats. You just need to bring honestly good devices to the market. And I think POCO has an opportunity to do that this March 22nd. But so anyways, guys, just a few takeaways here and my thoughts on this upcoming March 22nd POCO event. And of course, stay tuned right here on Frankie Tech for all the coverage of these devices. I can't wait to share with you guys my review and honest take on these POCO releases. And of course, stay tuned for the full live stream event coming on March 22nd. I can't wait. But hit me up in the comments. Are you excited about this POCO March 22nd event? And what are your thoughts on this POCO F1 as we look back? What are the things about this device and the original inception of POCO as a brand that have made you a longtime fan? Hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for future updates. And this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one. Almost 3 years later, and this master of speed is still the champ.